Hi, today is March 29, 2020. It's a Sunday, and I think we have a good news from all over the world. It's just one day, but probably we will see the trend line going towards in the same way that we are seeing today. We will delve deep into the numbers, but before that, I just wanted to give the updates. So basically, I am all safe once again, thankfully, and my roommate is also pretty safe. All my friends here are doing great once again. They are all socially distancing. They don't have any symptoms so far. They did together. We did the shopping online. Like basically, we ordered stuff to bring home. My parents in India are pretty safe. They are sitting at home most of the time. They are getting really bored, but I think that is one of the best way to take care of them at the moment. So they are sitting at home. They are basically trying to. This is their 6th day of isolation or 6th day of total lockdown. So they will have to go through like maybe 14 to 15 days. Then my brother in Oregon, his wife and children are pretty safe and sound. All his friends are also pretty sound and safe, and they're doing pretty good as when I talked to them today. So, as I said, the numbers look very promising today. This is just the trend line, but I think this has got a lot of potential to go forward the same way. Let's look at the numbers. I think total number of cases is 722,000. That is newly tested, and total number of people who are not newly tested. Total number of people who are affected. 33,966 people have been reported to have died of coronavirus. 151,000 people have actually recovered and gone home. And one of the good news is that coming from New York is that first the patient zero at New York, after spending a lot of time in his hospital, he has gone back home. This was an update from Cuomo, the governor of New York. So you should also see one of the interesting trends here that I have written down in green. Thanks to Sandeep, one of my friends, who has given me color pencil so that I can just indicate all these numbers, which is more visually appealing. So if you wanted to see the real growth, on March 23 we had 378,000, and on March 24th we had 422,000. And on 26th we have 532,000, and on 28th we have 622,000 people. So you can really see the effect of testing, and also the really spread of the disease all over the country, all over the world actually. So, but today I think I'll just go into the numbers of the country, countrywide distribution of the numbers. So United States. I hope you can see. So United States has the most number of cases all around the world, partially owing to the testing. So 142,000 people are totally recognized as COVID positive. 18,426 people are tested positive today. That number is lesser than the previous day, so that's like a really good number. Second is Italy, 97,000 people are total who has been affected, but 5,217 people are affected newly today. That trend is going down. That's good. China, 81,439 people totally affected. 45 newly affected yesterday. China, as I said, the numbers are a day before, as the reporting mechanism goes in their way, in a way which they have decided in this particular manner. Spain, 80,000 people, 6,870 people was tested positive yesterday. So I think that is also a decrement. That's like a decrement of more than 100. Like all these numbers are decrement because they are more than 100. Germany is 62,000 people are totally affected by corona. So 4,740 people are actually tested positive yesterday. So one of the trends that we are seeing is that tomorrow, by the same rate of testing continues, Spain might be coming over China. So that's one of the things that we might be seeing tomorrow. Apart from that, the number of deaths, actually there are some magical numbers over here. So Italy is having 10,779 people dead recorded totally, and 756 people have died yesterday. That is lesser than the previous day by at least 10. That's why it is recorded as negative. It is recorded like down arrow. Spain, on the other hand, is 6,803, 821 new deaths recorded yesterday. That is also lower than the previous day by 10 at least. China, 3,305 deaths recorded yesterday, or the day before yesterday, the way in which they interpret, they release the data. Iran, 2,640 deaths in total, and 123 was recorded yesterday. France, 2,606, 292 new deaths. That was like lesser than the previous day. And United States has 2,484, 264 new deaths from today. I think that's like a magical number that you can see. It's like it has gone down almost by half, which is like a good sign. I think, I mean, in the sense it's too early to say anything about the signs, but I think you have to follow the trend line, not these numbers. So just don't rely on this number. This number, the trend line, it is like tipping slightly. It's like a one of the objectives that we have today in order to flatten the curve, or like in order to reduce the overall pressure on the system. I mean, it's good to have human resources deployed rather than expend. That great news coming up from New York. Some of the other updates that we have is the rolling in the Kumo's today's press interview. So he was telling about the rolling apex concept. So the concept is like not all places in New York will have the apex at the same time. So so they are expecting New York City to have the apex at the first, and then moves to the other places. So including the Westchester and other places. So they really don't know when it's going to happen, but they are all getting ready and prepared for the event. So the rates of the spread and also when it started determines this rolling effects. So some places has not started, and with the effects of this massive containment by lockdown or whatever you call it, it is going to affect the curve very much, I think, from this moment onwards. So they are also having plans to have to integrate all the public hospitals and private hospitals, make a combined effort in order to coordinate their effort in protecting the people, and then admitting, and then treating, and then how are they going to do it. So I think that's a good move. So probably what they're going to do is like they're going to establish a communication and to take in patients if one hospital is completely full. So New York has extended its pause till April 15th. And they are rolling out a new test, which is like a swab, like the saliva and the nose swab test, which is like less intrusive. So probably we will be seeing that. So the USNS Comfort is coming over to help New York. So it has 1,000 beds and the federal equipped doctors and medical professionals all inside. So they are not coming in to help corona people, but they are going to help the other people who are not affected by corona. They'll be most likely moving those people into there, and then use the mainland in order to treat the active coronavirus spread. So the resources are coming in. I think the new shipment from Shanghai has just reached with a lot of gowns, masks, protective gears. Like all these have come. I think the numbers are very detailed. I'll just link them. So these have come from Shanghai to the JFK. So probably they will be rolling out these things from tomorrow onwards. So the rate at which the hospitalization has doubled. I said in the last couple of days that it was like in 3 days the number was doubling, and later it was like 4 days. Now we are seeing that the hospitalization rate has gone to double only in 6 days. So which is like a good sign. And also one of the good sign that we are seeing is that the number of discharges from the hospital after complete cure has also doubled in the last couple of days. There are a lot of other good news. The 75,000 odd volunteers and medical professionals are helping in handling the situation in New York. So thankfully, they are all great people. Kumo has acknowledged them rightly. And so then 16,000 new tests have been done. So 7,100 of them turned out to be COVID positive. So 3,500 people have been discharged in total, So that's like a great news. One of the sad news that we have is that Anthony Fauci was telling in one of the interviews to CNN that the number of people who might be affected or who will be losing their life will be in the order of 100,000 to 200,000, anywhere between that. He's not giving an absolute number. He's trying to be getting these numbers from any model. I think that is one of the news. And then so social distancing has been extended to the end of April, national-wide, and I think federal government and the state government are actively working to it in order to get solutions for economic disaster plan and then economic revival and stuff like that. So I think we will see that also in coming days. That is most of the information that we have today. So moving forward, I think we will have more of these days, which are sort of really important in battling with this corona. I think a lot of people are putting their full efforts. They are trying to help in whichever way they can, both by going in person and then doing their actual research. So we should thank all of these people. I'm not bringing in the news from other countries because I know that India has been locked down. India is having certain other issues, like how to economically help people to have their basic necessities met. So that's like a different challenge which I'll not address in this thing. But otherwise, health-wise, I think India is doing a pretty good job. Lock down the people and then testing are ramping up. So one group from Pune has actually developed a test which is like fast. So most likely we will also deploy that in order to test further cases. Also, New York government was mentioning that none of the during this epidemic, one of the group that did not get a lot of attention was the pregnant women who are expecting really soon. So the Kumo has really said that none of the women will have to deliver on her own, and there will be one another person in the room to help her in basic for any needs, and then they are well considered into the system as a part of New Yorkers and also citizens. So none of them will have to worry. They have special protocols enforced for that. That's also good news coming in from New York. So hopefully we'll have more and more good news coming in from today. Today onwards, tomorrow, extending to other days. So we are hoping for the good news. Probably we can see that tomorrow. Thank you.